we are at the moment in a cycle of life where everybody, if you're just a little bit aware, you can feel something is shifting. Some people are not willing to maybe adapt to the change. Some people are not strong enough to adapt to the change. Some people don't know how to put it into practice in order to go with the change. It is my perspective. There will come the time, and it's not going to take long, where a natural separation is going to take place, a natural separation. The ones that are able to read the signs, that are able to go with what is happening, to adapt to the changes this world is bringing to us, they will move on to another world. They will move on to another area, to another cycle of us humans being right now here on the earth. And other people that are unwilling, unable, maybe incapable of adapting to the coming changes. It is simple like this. They will stay with the old world, which is about to end. That's the message. That's all what this is about. An old era is about to come to an end. A new era is about to come. This is worldwide happening. It's happening inside our monastery. It's happening inside of me.
From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum hunabku evam maya e maho. Ayum hunabku evam maya e maho. Ayum hunabku evam maya e maho.
Just different. I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple ground. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies.
All right. Greetings and in Lakesh. Welcome to our Sync Talk. This is the beginning of our challenge series entitled The Initiation by Fire. Some of you know something about that, being initiated by fire, being initiated in the moment. no time to prepare. So we're going to talk about that today, because with today's kin, it's the final stage of transformation, and it deals with initiation by fire. So we're going to talk about that frequency and that vibration in this session. It's going to be phenomenal. You are truly in for a treat. How many of you that are listening, and I won't be able to see all of you answer these questions, are you've done a lot of work and you feel like you're close? So we have that category of people that they've done so much work and they're trying to see what am I missing here, right? What am I missing for this breakthrough? You know, I'm on this type of knowledge, whether you're with the Synchronistic Humans School of Enlightenment or not, you're on, you know, and a trajectory for personal growth and development. You know, you're results oriented. You want to change your life. You don't like your career, so you want to change into your passion. How many of you have been working on that for some time and you feel like you're this close and you're looking for that missing piece? I got another question for you. How many of you feel like you don't know what to do? You know, you like far off, you know, you just kind of get involved in different talks, or you just, you know, are scrolling through YouTube, scrolling through TikTok, and you're hearing all these great things and trying to figure out what you really need to focus on so you can even see what you want to put your energy into. And typically these are the categories of people that we end up experiencing, because nobody wakes up in the dawning, right, in the rising, and say, hey, I just can't wait to fail today. You know, hey, I just can't wait to live the least amount of limited version of myself today, another limited version of myself today. You see? And so this is the kind of session that if you take what I say seriously, you will make your breakthrough, because you are one decision away from advancing yourself to a level that you haven't seen in your life. One decision away. And remember, indecision is a decision. All right. So again, my name is Neb Teharka Kanishka Walk, and what I want to do over the next 30 to 35 clock minutes is really give you some insight about today's energy according to the Olmec and Mayan energy calendar, and translate that into layman's terms, or to terms that you can utilize the knowledge and implement it, execute, and get results. Okay, so that's where we're coming from today. Now, who are we? We are a progressive group of cosmic beings that are highly intelligent, intuitive, and telepathic. Matter of fact, we're building a telepathic community. If you're interested in that, message us. And laser beam focused on evolving throughout the journey of remembrance to fulfill our galactic purpose. Now, why do I call it the journey of remembrance? Because scientists say that we have over 100 million years of memory stored in the back of our brain, in our cerebellum. And we probably are lucky if we're using 100 of those 100 million. So those of you that are listening, you are probably not using 1/1,000,000th of your potential. Now think about that. Think about, no matter where you are right now, no matter how successful you are, if you're already a millionaire, what if you are already a millionaire and you haven't reached 1/1,000,000th of your potential? That could be scary, right? But that's really what's going on, because we've been compartmentalized into one portion of our brain to build what we call the free world. The free world that isn't free. It doesn't cost free. And it ain't free. You're not free until you free your mind. And once you free your mind to access the memory, now you can freely experience things a lot different on this plane. Okay. All right. So to give a little bit more information, we are the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, an online school based in Atlanta, Georgia, founded in July 2023. We accept students worldwide. We're currently offering 12 courses. These are courses of higher science and spirituality, advanced spirituality, the law of time and its relationship with nature, and how that works on your behold is a big part of that. And whole mind concepts, where not only do you take charge of your mind, but you're able to do things that most people can't in the body. Also, there are some economic initiatives for small businesses coming real soon, and that's going to truly be a treat. The power of evolved consciousness. One of the things that you'll hear me say is that evolution is the solution. If you correct your mind, some of us don't even know that it needs to be corrected. But all you got to do is look at the circumstances you have, and the circumstances are not to your liking, or they keep showing up. You need to correct your mind to correct your circumstances. The rest of your life will fall into place once you correct your mind. So we are journeying, many of us, from the information age concepts into the telepathic age of our experience, where we're awakening, where we're opening up our all-seeing eye. Why? To see all the memories and the states of consciousness that we can reach in the body. But many of us just get so caught up on the current circumstances. We get caught up in the currents of life. And that becomes our focus, just not knowingly and sometimes knowingly, to recreate those same currents. And then once we recreate it, we talk to this person and that person, get readings about it and complain about it. And all it tells the subconscious mind is to run that back, play that again. So we have to have something that causes us to take a radical step for us to disrupt that pattern, for us to break the mold. All right. And so we say, who owns your time owns your mind. Change your time and change your mind. And guess what? Change your mind and change your world. Wow. Everything in it. You don't have to live in the world that you're living right now. You're living in the world that you're living in right now because of the state of consciousness, the level of consciousness that you're operating with. So certain things matter to you at this state of consciousness that as you evolve and go to higher heights, they won't matter to you. Some people at a state of consciousness where politics matter to them. There's some people who are at a different state of consciousness where that don't matter to them. They practice self-governance. You see? So as we reach these different states, you're going to be able to change your world, because from that state of consciousness, it doesn't experience the same state of consciousness as somebody who politics matter to versus someone who it doesn't matter to. They experience a whole different reality. Everybody doesn't experience the same reality. So now you need to make a decision about what reality do you want to experience. Just because they're talking about certain realities on the news or this, that, and the other doesn't mean that that has to be your experience. And so that's what we're here to challenge today, because the solution is what? To evolve. If you look at the first four letters of evolve, is love spelled backwards. So if you can't love, starting with yourself, you can't evolve. Period. It ain't gonna happen. So how can I love myself enough to evolve is the question. Well, you may have to take some radical steps in order to do that. And in this synchronistic talk, we have 3 sessions in our challenge series. The first one is tonight, initiation by fire. So we hope to see y'all in the next week, next Wednesday. The next one is letting go of the past. And the other one is becoming a model for success. Become a model for excellence. So let's jump into this. We follow the 13 moon calendar. We follow Olmec and Mayan cosmology. And by doing that, we're aware that it may create certain subtle conflicts, right? So when we're talking about changing our mind, we have to determine, are we going to operate by the previous programming that our habits and the system has programmed us with to their liking or who we can be? Or are we going to focus on nature and the power of synchronicity? Well, nature and the power of synchronicity gives you more power and more control over your avatar. And if you're ready for that, there's great responsibility that comes with that, but it's nothing nobody can handle. The law of time, right? It deals with evolving spiritually through memory, right? And this challenge here is consumers versus creators, consumerism versus creativity. Then there's a third concept that a lot of people are in awe of, and that is the hollow mind perceiver, or the whole mind, that we're all connected mentally through energy. And this is the science of telepathy and extrasensory perception. It's based on the law of holonomy, that energetically we are systems inside of larger systems. So that means that energetically we could tap into any frequency in the cosmos if our brain has enough neurological activity to process it on a conscious level. It's already doing it on a subconscious level. We're just unaware of it because most of us are operating in a state of amnesia where we're not fully awake. Well, this session and some of the sessions like this are designed to wake you up so you know what you got access to. Okay? And so some of the conflicts with the whole mind deal with the sensory, I feel like this or I feel like that, versus extrasensory. So your intuition comes into play, and then your emotional intelligence comes into play. So these are the things that we have, these are the bridges that we have to cross in order to actually evolve. All right, let's go further. So we follow the 13 moon cycle, 13 moon 28-day cycle. The moon has a mean average of 28 days that it takes to revolve around the earth, and we follow those cycles as an introduction or entry into the cosmic cycles to help us open up our mind to remember. And the more that we remember, the more that we put ourselves back together and remember who we are and whose we are, the more dynamic we can be in the body and more we can create in this reality. It's phenomenal. So we're in the blue rhythmic storm year of self-generation. You know, and we're in the lunar Scorpion moon. So in the year, the moon, we're in the second moon of challenge. This is why it's our challenge series. And we're in the second heptad. That's the second 7-day cycle of this moon. And check this out. This is where humility refines meditation. So sometimes it takes us to evolve, to humble ourselves and allow spirit in the universe to come in and show us what to do. And then we got to be willing to follow those instructions. This moon asks a question: what is my challenge? Oh, you can't get wealthy without a good challenge. You don't even want a relationship that doesn't have any challenge to it. So I even go a step further. How are you going to challenge yourself to accomplish your purpose? What challenges do you need to overcome? How are you going to challenge yourself to be a better you? Don't wait for the challenge to come to you or a challenge to be brought to you. You become a challenge for the challenge. You start looking for a challenge, and when you start looking and being proactive for a challenge, you start to better yourself at rates that you cannot calculate, and you just kind of bump into success. You kind of just bump into the right relationship. You just kind of bump in and prosper into opportunities that you didn't have. You don't even know how you got the opportunity, but you bumped into it because you were so proactive and so focused. You blew through success. The plasma of this moon, so we use plasma in place of days, is in the 13th position out of 28. It is connected to the solar plexus chakra. Do you know what the solar plexus chakra helps you do? Right? It helps you focus your willpower. And did you know that the focused will cannot fail? Unless only way it can fail is if it has an obstruction of mind. The focused will only knows accomplishment. And the self-impediments, the things that you put in your mind as obstacles to stop you, will stop you. But without those obstacles in place, the will is designed to focus and manifest and create until the creation is complete. So the question is, what's interrupting your focus? One of the ways you got to challenge yourself is to stay focused and put focus in focus. What are you doing, Neb Teharka? I'm putting focus in focus. I'm focusing on focus. That's what I'm doing. And that way you can't get off track. Okay, so this is general energy for the cosmology. Today is Wednesday. Oh my God, it's hump day. It's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend. Thank God it's Friday. And we live our life for how many? 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years like that? Or put me in line with some energy that goes beyond myself, beyond the planet, beyond the galaxy, beyond the universe, and show me something that's going to help me transcend myself beyond the mundanity of it's Monday and people have more heart attacks on Monday than anywhere else. And terrific, today is terrific, or Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is hump day. If I can get over Wednesday, it's downhill from there. Oh, Thursday. Everybody start getting ready for the weekend. And then Friday, thanks God, it's Friday. Yay. And we're living for the weekends. And we become weekend warriors for our purpose. And consequently, we don't have enough gas in our tank to complete our purposeful and meaningful missions. Initiation by fire will change that, will radically change it, will have you in relentless pursuit of something that you've been afraid to do, but you know you're going to get to the point where you're going to say, you know what do I got to lose? When you get there, somebody's in trouble. Okay, so on the synchronometer, or the 13 moon combined calendar, we also have kin number 59. Right now, the kin number 59 is the 59th expression of the creator out of 260. So this calendar blends, right, 365 plasmas with 260 expressions of the creator or kin to give life to the kin. And if you need to learn more about that, that is going to help you. That's your alter ego. That's your higher self, giving you structure on how to operate and take what's in your mind and create organization and structure and how to play it out in your day-to-day life. All right. The affirmation for kin 59, the blue resonant storm states, I channel in order to catalyze. What am I channeling? I'm challenging wakefulness. I'm challenging the spirit of navigation. I'm channeling the spirit of exploration and prophecy. And as I channel that energy, it galvanizes people, places, and things. And as it catalyzes them, it inspires the energy to move and be directed by the focused will. I seal the matrix of self-generation, which is self-love, unconditional love for self, with the resonant tone of attunement. You got to be in tune with the frequency. I am guided, watch this, by the power of magic. You have the power of magic in your subconscious mind. You have the power of magic in your memory. Now you just have to know how to use it intentionally versus randomly. And that's why many of us are subscribers to the cosmology that we teach. Let's see what it says about the world changer. So the archetype, the storm, is the world changer. It states, I am the world changer. So what are you going to do that's going to be initiation by fire to change your world? You have the power to change your world, but why are you not doing it? And I tell you, anything that stops us by fear. So sometimes you just have to dive in. You have to just go ahead and schedule that appointment. You have to just go ahead and take on that project, knowing that you ain't going to quit. I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone, skilled at the arts of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather, and I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds that's filled with lightning to illuminate the truths behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rain that purifies. It was I who caused the triple aspect monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun. The present world sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun, which is the telepathic age. The consciousness of the human is becoming a superhuman. And this is with all the changes that's going on in space, the changes that's going on with our sun and the sunspots, the changes in the communication between star Sirius and our sun in this sector of the galaxy. The light of consciousness is looking to open up the 1,000-petal lotus of those individuals that want to evolve now. If you could evolve and change your life in quantum leap, how many of y'all want to wait a year and allow you to knock yourself out of the box and talk yourself out of excellence for a whole year? If you could change and elevate now to heights unseen, how many of you would take that opportunity and do it now? And you may have to go through some challenges, some twists and turns. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. But when you're done with the process, your life is going to be so extraordinary, you won't even recognize it. The world changer is here to tell you to change your world now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Don't see what this person thinks and that person thinks. Don't say, what if? Don't say, be bold and bodacious and say that my time is now. And if it takes me talking about something that is unfamiliar, a cosmology that I haven't heard of, well, so be it. But I need change, and I need to change now. That's one thing I ain't got to question. You look at your finances, and if they need change, you need to change, or your finances are going to stay the same. You look at the people you're attracting as your companions of destiny, and guess what? If you don't change, they're not going to change. They're going to shape shift on you. They're going to look like they're different, and they're going to fall right into the paradigm of the consciousness where you are. If you have health issues, you have to decide to change. So the archetype, the blue storm, a couple of the attributes is initiation by fire. It is the final stage of transformation. Those of you who are listening to this, many of you are close and you're in the final stage of transformation. And I know this a lot because people get to a point where they've done all they can do. What are you going to have to do when we're talking about initiation by fire? Well, you're going to have to start making on-the-spot decisions and be willing to be wrong before you can be right. You're going to have to have a no matter what attitude and say, no matter what, once I make this decision, I'm not turning back no more. I'm going forward no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, no matter who ridicules me, no matter how much money I get behind, I'm going forth because the vision was placed in my mind and my heart. You're going to have to go cold turkey. You're going to have to just do it. And people are going to say, you're not going to be successful because you didn't plan right. Well, I've been planning. How many of you been planning your whole life and coming up short? So sometimes you got to do something radical. Sometimes you got to do something different. Just say, I'm doing it. The person that gets initiated by fire has to have the attitude that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. The person that is initiated by fire has to endure challenges, to be able to deal with rapid change, to be uncomfortable, and to be able to take all out massive action, even when it don't make sense. Got to be in relentless pursuit of what you were shown, the vision in your mind, and the fire in your belly and in your heart. You got to be willing to do what it takes to get fast and massive results. You got to be willing to defy the odds. You got to be willing to put yourself on the chopping blocks and challenge your higher self to come up with solutions. And you may have to exercise some discipline, some stamina, and some exertion. You got to exert your energy. You got to be able to do it when you don't see any results. You got to be able to do it when it don't make sense for you to do it. But what you're doing don't make sense either. And you got to be willing to develop some new skills. Because of these computers and chat GPT, a lot of people don't develop their people skills. We're still in the people business because it's people behind these machines. It's people behind these computers. It's people that put them together. It's people that turn them on. But somehow, some way, we just think we can go on incognito and disappear mode, and then we can go ahead and make millions of dollars and nobody will ever discover where we are. And I'm telling you, you got to still have some people skills. You got to still be able to say something intriguing. You still got to be able to move people to action when they don't want to move because they're focused on the past and they don't know how bright the future can be. That's why you sign up for a coach. A coach is going to tell you what you don't want to hear, make you do what you don't want to do so you can have what you never have. Because when Les Brown said when you argue for your limitation, that but is an argument for your limitations. And when you argue and fight for your limitations, you get to keep your limitations. So now it's time to add on another layer of skill to help you go to another level. Matter of fact, go to another octave. You want to go into initiation by fire because you want to go several steps. You want a quantum leap. You don't want to take baby steps no more. You're ready. You're tried. You're armed. You're dangerous. You're ready to go to heights unseen. And those of you that's tried so many things, try initiation by fire. but you got to have your screws in tight. I'm an initiation by fire type of person. 8 years ago, I decided I'm going to teach this difficult topic that's coded, and I'm going to just do it because I'm going to learn it. Now I'm going to learn it. The best way I'm going to learn it is to teach it. And 8 years later, here I am, over 1,000 one-on-one coaching sessions, over 20 consecutive semesters of teaching a science that most people have never heard of. And if I would have listened to the people that say that ain't gonna work, it ain't aligned with the system, they're not gonna change the calendar. Well, they need to change the calendar. Well, they ain't gonna lie, this system is fixed. Well, it wasn't fixed 441 years ago in 1582 when they changed from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. So don't tell me what won't happen. The calendar has changed. You got to change your mind if you want to evolve beyond the program that's showing us how to be less than God. Then you have to invest yourself into something. And if not this, then what? If not now, then when? And so this is a call to action, to challenge you in ways you ain't been challenged before. That's how you're going to grow. How you think you're going to bring out all this spiritual power? Are you comfortable with telling this person and that person, I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairaudient, I'm telepathic, I was just thinking that? Well, yeah, put it to work. And you know what's going to really bring it out so that you do it intentionally versus randomly? It's pressure. Allow yourself to experience the pressure of this matrix. Allow yourself to experience the pressure of coming out strong in difficult situations, and you will be able to triumph, and you'll be able to go to heights that you never thought you could go to, and your confidence will build, and you'll be able to stand toe-to-toe with the best of them and say, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm here and I'm ready to bring my A game. No matter who's in front of you, this president or that president or this person or that person, you speak your truth no matter what. And this is the time that we're in. So many of you that are listening to me, you think that initiation by fire is so absurd. And I think it's so absurd for you to be in the same place with the talents and the gifts that you have for this decade and that decade, for you to still be in the same place complaining about the same stuff, learning all this new stuff, but not advancing yourself. And you're looking at this YouTube and that YouTube, and then this, check this out, and you're emailing and you're texting people links, but you ain't advanced yourself, and you know you haven't. And at some point, you got to focus on something that's orderly enough for you to advance yourself. And you got to take a chance on you. That's what I did. I said, you know what? In the pressure situation, I'm going to bet on me because I've been trained. I've been initiated by fire. I've been in this difficult situation and that difficult situation and landed on my feet. Well, how is he going to get out of this one? Well, I'm surely going to get into it, and it's going to get out of me because I ain't going nowhere. I didn't do all this to come here to lose. So now what's your story? You want to sit here and keep listening to YouTubes and be average? Or are you ready to operate it with the level of excellence that no matter how excellent you've operated with, it pales in comparison to what you're going to do now? We in the telepathic age right now. Everything speeds up and moves faster. The computer doesn't have any dominion over our mind that is here to serve and be a tool for us to use, because we're the ones that drive and make computers. We design our life. And you know what the biggest computer that we have dominion over? We have the biggest computer is the human body. The human body is the most sophisticated operating system on the planet in terms of its ability to time jump, time travel, its ability to go into these different states of consciousness and create and build. And might you want to learn how that works and you'll discover a new version of yourself that you didn't know, but you're glad that you met. So you're going to have to level up to this. You need to find comfort in your discomfort if you want to win big. And you can do it. I'm not just talking about winning the game. I'm talking about being your best authentic self that you can be. All right. For those of you that want to initiate yourself by fire, or we just started our fall quarter on last Friday. And so there's still time to get into it. For those of you that want to take advantage of this, let me tell you, it's the best thing that I did 8 years ago. It's the best thing. Everything before 8 years ago prepared me for this. So you want to get yourself in position. The law of time, basics, is the psychology of being a multi-dimensional being. You got 5 bodies that support you and that can help you. You can have one body being in a place where the other one ain't. Your presence, your spirit, you can send forth your body so that they can set up the deal so you can close the deal and win the deal. Right? But it's the law of nature and how nature works on your behalf versus your behalf. So that introduces you to the possibilities of time being the evolution of consciousness, that concept, versus time is money. Time is better than money because I can evolve my consciousness, and if I evolve my consciousness, my money gonna evolve too. And then the hollow mind perceiver, H&P 421. So if you're a new person, this is the introduction to the synchronic order. Once you know this, you follow certain patterns. Everything happens. It's the synchronicity, and the synchronic order is the power, the underlying power of how nature works. So the grass just grows, right? The flowers just bloom. You just supposed to evolve, but we got all this other junk in our mind that's saying you're not enough of this, you too much of this, you too black, you too white, you too melanated, you too non-melanated, this, that, and the other. You're a male, you too much male, you got too much patriarchy, you got too much feminism. Who cares? Your consciousness can go beyond all of it and be something that none of it has ever seen. That's what I'm talking about. Right? So if you take one class, it's going to be $270 for the 6-week classes. If you take 2 classes, it's going to be $270 plus $180. You get 50% off for the second one. I highly encourage you to initiate yourself by fire and take advantage of something different. People are ready for something different. They're ready for change, and not the kind of change these politicians are talking about. You ready for your mind to change, take control and dominion over your earthly experience now and forevermore. And these are the key codes to being able to do it and practice self-governance. Why not? If it's available, what is it to be afraid of? Well, I tried programs like this before. No, you haven't. Not like this. Not like this. I never thought I had to change my calendar so I can change my mind. The calendar was programming me to be subservient to a system that's not designed for me to win. I had to change my calendrical ideas and systems that I was managing my life with. And it worked. And it's working. So I challenge you to be something different. I challenge you to go beyond the veil, or you just going to keep looking at this one and looking at that one and say they all good. I don't know what to do. Let me look at them some more. You're going to go blind looking at them. Pick one and go to work. Pick one and focus like you never focused before, and watch what's going to happen to your life. All right. Tomorrow night, we're going to be on our new kin orientation. So if you decide to take on the challenge, to challenge yourself with initiation by fire, the next thing after you get your classes, the next thing you want to do is plug into the new key in orientation. Myself and Moon Goddess Ambrosia facilitates this. It's going to be a phenomenal session because we're going to orient you to how this works. It is incorruptible. Right? When I give you the problem and I give you the solution, I'm controlling your life. If I create the problem and I create the solution, obviously I'm benefiting from creating the problem. This is what the system does, and the solution. And you're polarized between the two, trying to figure out, why are you here? What's your purpose? Why is this happening to me? Because you haven't reached a state of consciousness where you're not available for it. So that's what we're doing. So join us on the New Kid Orientation tomorrow at 8 p.m. All right, and yours truly is going to be here in Atlanta at the Mystic Fair. And this is with Tassili's Raw Cafe. She's an icon here in Atlanta in the raw food industry. Just a phenomenal business person, spiritual, divine feminine. You can just name it. Incredible. And she puts on some incredible events. So I feel fortunate to be one of the speakers at this event, and come to the event. It's going to be blown away. It's going to be a boatload of people. We're going to be talking about natural time. We're going to be talking about woke, not broke. So it's going to be phenomenal. And you need to be there because you need to be in the frequency of what is the now and turning into the new so that you can be more, know more, have more, and do more, right? All right. And then on Sunday, we're going to have our Amplify Your Purpose session, right? So it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And it's called Awaken the Path into Your Abundance. So you don't want to miss it. So these are things that you can plug into to help support you as you evolve in your life, because evolving going to pull some challenges too, because now you're going to be able to see things where you didn't see before. You're going to see shortcuts that you took that you didn't see before. You got to correct that so you can actually evolve. All right. So what I want to do right now, does anybody have any questions about what we covered? Because this is a phenomenal idea about initiation by fire. Sometimes you can get an initiation and it takes forever. And sometimes, like, let me just tell my story while people are asking. When I started this 8 years ago, it was initiation by fire. I remember I was brain balancing for about 2 moons, about 60 days, about 2 28-day cycles. And I was studying the law of time and the hollow mind perceiver, and I was really fascinated by it. And then an opportunity came up for me to teach. And it was a very uncomfortable situation because I wasn't that good yet. I was new. And I almost missed the opportunity because I said, you know what? I made a decision. I got the power of God in me. And I said, but I am not ready. So I'm now putting a limitation on the God in me. I'm not ready. Give me 6 months. And guess what? They said, you ain't got 6 months. This thing is happening right now. I can't guarantee you what's going to happen in 6 months, but it's happening right now. And you could teach this, and it could be a great initiation for yourself. And I just decided to do it. I said, why not? I'm being asked to do it. And I did it, and it was a knockout the park. And I ain't looked back since. Right? Will Smith, he went out to Beverly Hills to a party for the audition for the Fresh Prince. He just lost all his money from taxation from his first album. And he went out there, and all the producers and lawyers and everybody out there, and they said, hey, you want to change your life in 11 minutes? Go ahead and do an audition in front of all these people, and if it goes good, we'll sign you right now. He said, I need to come back in 2 months. He said, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get all these people together. We got them all here right now. You can take 11 minutes and change your life now, or you can take your chances with 2 months. And he took them 11 minutes. And now, voila, what do you see? Right? So I'm telling you, it's time. In the new time, it's going to be a lot of initiation by fire because you've been holding yourself back from fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. You win or you win. I say, and I shall. So the question is, how are we supposed to keep walking after those hot coals you just laid out and running for my abundance through the challenges? And there you go. The hot coals, right? So we got to get into the lab and we got to focus now. Why not? What are we doing? Where are we going that's going to help us evolve? Are we going so fast? It got so much. We so busy being busy, but we ain't evolving. So what we got to do? We got to go where we're going to evolve. You always going to be able to come back and go to those cookouts and everything. But let's evolve first. Let's put the full court press on. Here's one. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Initiation by fire. It ain't going to all line up. I had somebody tell me once, hey, I'm trying to line up my ducks. Them duckies never line up. They never line up. You got to line up with what? Your purpose and your vision. And they're going to align with themselves the way you align with yourself. All right, so it doesn't seem like it's any questions. So I really appreciate those of you who have been able to join us. Don't take this moment in time for granted. Don't be on information overload. In the feedback loop, we're playing all these different great information sources, but unable to put it to work so that you can design your life. And what I love about this cosmology, it shows you how to design your life on such a way that it's incorruptible. It just is. And that's the last words that I will leave you with. So I'll say, in Lakesh, I am another you. Alakim, you are another me. Hotep, Hetipu, and Namaste. And remember, evolution is the solution. Message me when you get this information. Get in these classes so that you can evolve and watch you live the life of your dreams. Peace, family.
It's just different. I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth a sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies,